Your African politician is going to sell you out. Yes, he is. He's going to sell you out. Not because he's evil, but because the system makes it easy. I'll explain why. Let's start with something real. Look at Kenya, for example. They've seen what happened in the Sahel. Countries are pushing foreign influence out. They're questioning old arrangements. They're trying to take control of their own security and resources. They've seen it. They understand it. Yet at the same time, they're bringing 800 French troops under the language of stability, training, and counterterrorism. So you have to ask yourself, what is really happening here? This is not about one African country. This is a pattern. The African politician is a sitting duck, and it starts from day one. Before he even gets into office, he has to spend money to get your vote. He has to convince you, he has to bribe you, and he has to play the game. So what does that do? It teaches him something, that power is not earned, it is bought. Once you've told someone that, you've already set the foundation. Now, he gets into office and suddenly he's in control of something very valuable, your natural resources. Now, here's the reality we don't like to face. The world does not want your natural resources. The world needs your natural resources. It needs your oil, your minerals, your land, your labor. These are not optional. These are essential. So I want you to imagine you're a powerful nation. You have two options. This is option one. You negotiate a fair deal with an African country. You agree to terms that allow them to keep most of their value. You build a long-term partnership that benefits both sides. Option two, you approach one man. You offer him 10 million. You secure education for his children abroad. You give him access, protection, and comfort. In return, you get what you need. Now let's be honest. Which option is easier? Which option is faster? Which option is more likely to happen? That is why the African politician is a sitting duck, because the system around him is built to isolate him, to tempt him, to pressure him, and more importantly, to make betrayal profitable. So what do? This is where the conversation usually stops. We complain about corruption, we complain about leadership, we complain about betrayal, but we don't ask the deeper question. What is the incentive for him to do the right thing? What is the incentive for your African politician to do the right thing? Right now, there's none. His only incentive is goodwill. Now, we're all old enough to know goodwill does not compete with power, money, and security. First world systems are designed to survive bad leaders. Their institutions are strong enough. Their systems are stable enough. Even if the leader fails, the country continues. African systems, they're different. They depend on the quality of the leader. A good leader, there's progress. A bad leader, there's collapse. That is not a system. That is a gamble. So until we change the incentives, until we make it more rewarding for an African politician to protect the continent than to sell it, nothing is going to change. You cannot expect integrity to win against a system designed for compromise. So the question is simple. Do we keep blaming the politician, or do we finally fix the system that makes him a sitting duck? Let's move.